welcome to another episode of The Brothers Perspective. I'm your host, Kenny Steele, and this is...
Brother Kyle, I guess, man. I don't know. Brother Kyle.
We finally got a name!
We're just going to keep it Brother Kyle.
We finally got a name. And today we are reviewing Avengers Infinity War. I almost mixed that up. I was like, this close. But we're reviewing it, and you'll probably go, hey, Ken, why are you doing this so late? The film came out about a while ago. Well, goofy guy in the back, we're reviewing this because guess what? Endgame comes out 2 days.
Tomorrow, really, you can catch
Tomorrow,
it
really, you can catch it Thursday.
Yeah.
If you know a guy, you probably see it Wednesday. And if you're Robert Downey Jr., you probably already saw it already. Lucky you. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and review this film because, you know, timing is right. And of course, if you hadn't seen it, it's been like a year. So there will be spoilers, maybe not a lot, but pretty much spoilers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
so just sit back, enjoy the sound of Kyle's voice.
I'm spoiling the shit.
And we'll go from there. So, Kyle, what'd you think about this movie, bro?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, there wasn't really anything bad. It was just okay. You know, it just didn't get me. You know?
It didn't get... I don't understand you, man. Like, this... Okay, so, me and Kyle view these films completely different.
Definitely.
I review these films as kind of like your yearly episodic television show, right? And this is all came in this grand finale that they've actually done. And Kyle just looks at it as another movie. Tell me why you think it's just another movie.
I mean, one, I think it was overhyped. Even like with this Endgame, they're promoting the shit out of Endgame right now.
They are.
And honestly, if it doesn't live up to the hype, because right now I'm hyped, I want to see it. You know, if it doesn't live up to the hype, you get let down. You know.
I agree. I agree.
But honestly, I think I wanted more from Thanos. Man, I just wanted more. Like the characters spent so much time separate in the movie. I kind of wanted to see them to come together. I definitely liked the way it ended. You know. So that's a plus. It didn't end how we expected it to end. You know, it'd be a bust if we just like, oh, they stopped him from carrying out his plan. Right. You know, so that's a plus. But other than that, you know, I mean, I just wanted it to be more deeper or anything.
So let me ask you: were you one of those people that automatically knew that the finale of this film was going to be a two-parter, or did
well, I knew there was going to be two-part film, but I didn't know.
So you should have been in there. Like, we already know it's going to be two-part.
But I didn't, like I said, I mean, I like the way it ended. I never complained about how it ended.
True, but when it ended, like, you know, I mean, the way the film was structured, and, you know, it kind of came to a pause. We'll call it a pause.
Yeah.
They kind of came to a pause. Did you want them to kind of just beat the bad guy up, and then on the next episode?
No, I mean, I'm just thinking, I guess you got to compare it to the Marvel films that came out before that, because you got to think about it. It was Civil War, great film.
Right.
I really loved it, you know. Then I didn't really like, I'm sorry, people going to get mad at me. I didn't like Guardians 2. I didn't think that was good.
Guardians 2 was great.
Nah, I like Guardians 1.
This is why we're hosts.
Yeah.
We disagree on a lot of
But then you got Ant-Man. Great film.
Right, yeah, great film.
And then you got Doctor Strange. Good. Yeah. And then we had the best Thor that came out.
That come out last.
Yeah,
right?
And then you got Black Panther.
Yeah, Black
Amazing
Panther.
film.
Amazing film.
And then, you know, Endgame was, you know, it wasn't.
See, and that's where we disagree. Because, see, Endgame to me, it was a season finale. Like, I knew it was going to be a two-parter. So I was just kind of like, all right,
season ain't done yet.
It's not done yet. This is going to be the culmination of, this was the culmination of 10 years. You know, not quite Endgame, but 10 years. And everything was kind of coming together. Unlike Kyle, I love this movie. This was great. This was fantastic. It was funkonomous. It was amazuberlant, and any other words that you can make up. You know why? Because everyone came together, and he didn't They did. Well, I'm just saying, but like, everybody got to mix and mesh together. We got Thor and the Guardians. We got we got another return of Captain America and Black Panther working together. You know, you just had so many other just entities and people just mixing up. I mean, you got Iron Man and Peter Quill. Like, it was crazy. You had two Peters on one planet.
But I mean, really,
two Peters.
Really,
who doesn't?
We seen that kind of in Civil War, though.
Not really, but see, we got a taste of it. We got a taste.
And honestly, I feel like, you know, like I said, like I feel like we got to see more of the heroes doing their thing in Civil War. This one, we're just seeing Thanos coming around, collecting stones.
This was Thanos' movie. That's the one
coming around, collecting stones. You know, and also I just really thought he was gonna get the stones in 2 movies. I didn't think he was gonna get all the stones all at once.
Oh no, that's the beauty of it. Because this really should have been called Avengers Thanos, or at least Thanos Infinity War. Like, we can completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because this was his whole movie. Now, and it's funny if you actually look at it from a different perspective, because I actually looked at it almost going in as a heist film. And if you look at it as kind of like a heist film, and Thanos is trying to really get all these stones and this and that, and the only ones that are standing his way are the cops, the Avengers. Yeah. I mean, it kind of came to his deal. I mean, we looked at him as the antagonist, but if you really look at it from the perspective of him being a protagonist, he kind of completed his mission. And that's what I kind of thought was dope about it. I mean, sure, they took a whole movie to explain him and his ideas and his ideologies and stuff. He's still not the best Marvel villain, dude. Come on, it's Killmonger. Get your hand. But still, he was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? So it was, and I was skeptical about Josh Brolin too. I was skeptical because I was like, I don't want Cable in this movie too, sitting up there, you know, just hamming it up, yada yada yada. But you know, Josh Brolin did a phenomenal job, and I really enjoyed it. I love the mixes of people I got to see. I mean, dude, we got Rocket Raccoon and Bucky Barnes.
He did a great job. He did
together. Never thought I'd get that.
They made Bucky kind of weak in this film, though. Bucky's
they've kind of been there weak since the Winter Soldier.
No, Civil War he was doing.
Civil War he was catching some L's, bro.
Yeah, he was, but it was Spider-Man. And it was Black Panther.
Come on.
It was Spider-Man and Black Panther.
I'll give you Black Panther, but a 16-year-old, get out of here.
It's still Spider-Man. I don't care what you say. It's still Spider-Man. Spider-Man is that man. Spider-man picks up buses. You know what I'm saying?
Spider-Man picks his boogers. I don't know. College Spider-Man, maybe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 16-year-old dumpster diver? No way. Come on, dude. You're an assassin that took out Kennedy and Howard Stark. Get it together, dude.
Man.
Get it together.
Nah, man. I can't front on Spider-Man. And he didn't even get beat. He did.
He took some L's, man. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the film because you're like, why are they talking about the whole MCU? Yeah. This is the accumulation. This is everything coming together. And I just thought it was amazing. Even the way they started off in this film, it hit hard. Immediately.
You know my other gripe though with this film, with Thanos. You know, I want my villains to be villains. Like, I don't want to hear your sob story. You know, like straight up. And
I give you a little bit of that.
Yeah, I can see, like, okay, why he's doing it, you know? And it makes sense, you know? Hey, you wipe out half the population, we'll live longer. The planets will live longer. The galaxies will live longer. That makes sense because we pollute. Like, if you look at an Earth standpoint, we pollute our planet, you know? And so that makes sense to me, you know? But then you're telling me, like, all these other backstories where you try to make us sympathize for the villain. I don't need that. You know?
I think people fall in love with that because it's something different. I think, you know, a lot of people are getting sick and tired of the 80s, rah, 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 I'm a bad guy, I'm going to hurt you. But, I can understand it from that aspect. I mean, it's just different people's perspective and ideologies clashing. Yeah. Sure. But I agree with you on that aspect. I didn't want my villain to be a villain.
Yeah.
I wanted him to not like people. I wanted him to, you know, seek destruction, chaos, mayhem. Absolutely.
Honestly, I felt like he went a little soft at times. You know, like with Drax the Destroyer. He could have, like, easily killed him. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I don't want him to, but, you know, he like...
We love it.
What'd he do? Like, when he pointed the gun at him, he, like, shot bubbles, you know what I'm saying? and then, like, instead, like, he made him into a cube, but he didn't, like, kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you were doing you did all this stuff to him just so he could come back and fight you later. Mm-hmm. And then...
Come on, bro.
And then Star-Lord pissed me off in this film, too.
Star-Lord was so great.
No, he fucked up the plan.
Come on, dude.
He messed up the plan.
It was like, how many? It was like, what, like 165?
No, but I'm just saying, like, you had the gauntlet off.
Even so, that didn't guarantee anything.
No, but still, it's a better chance.
This is the mad
Titan,
type.
keep away with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you gotta do.
Well, who? A 6-year-old kid and Mantis? Like, get out of here, dude.
You got Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, Batista. How he got back from Cube form?
Okay,
I don't know.
if you want to go this, I'll give you this.
Iron Man was doing work. Iron Man was putting in work.
Argument. If that's the case, how come How come Doctor Strange didn't do that same thing what Wong did, where he cut the dude's arm off in the beginning of the movie? They had it there. They had the gauntlet right there. He could have just cut his arm off.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stories.
Exactly. Thank you, Peter Quill.
Yeah,
thank you.
There's a lot, man. But honestly, like there's a lot to be answered. There's plenty of scenarios. I'm thinking of scenarios that Doctor Strange probably didn't think of. Because honestly, I mean, they had the man pinned with the gauntlet on.
I'm just saying, man.
They had him, and Star-Lord had to get in his emotions.
165 million ways, bro.
Yeah.
165 million ways. The man could have thought that.
I'm just saying, he could have punched him he'd have had a better chance punching him in the face with the gauntlet off. For real.
But to get back to this film actually did come out swinging, man. I really did like how it came out the box, swinging. They were amped up and ready. He killed like all those Asgardians, which really made me sad.
Yes.
We just saved them in Thor Ragnarok, Dick. What are you doing?
And he bitched out Hulk.
Yeah, like immediately. But actually, I thought that was kind of dope, especially concluding the stuff they did on Sakaar. I mean, come on. You took out the grand champion of the galaxy. Smart move.
They doing Hulk dirty. I don't like that.
And he's a little biased because Hulk is like one of his favorite.
No, Spider-Man is my favorite character.
I said one of, not the.
No, Hulk's not my favorite character, but I know what Hulk is. I respect.
You respect
Hulk?
it. Yeah,
you respect
Hulk.
Yeah, I respect.
Which Hulk? Edward? You know what I'm saying? Edward Norton Hulk or?
No, I don't like none of that. I like the new Hulk.
You like Mark Ruffalo Hulk?
Yeah, I didn't even know his name. Mark Ruffalo.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, this film had a lot of great things going for it too, and I like how no matter what the Avengers did, Thanos always had to one up on him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He found out ways to hunt the Infinity Stones. He found a way to, of course, like we're finding Vision. He always kind of had, he was always kind of a step ahead with his army, with his military, and everybody was just always kind of just boxing them into a corner. Yeah. Even though the children of Thanos kind of fell off like pawns in a chess game. You know what I'm saying? He always seemed to have just a little more, just a little extra. He came with that extra backup. So the man meant business. And the acting overall was, of course, great. By then, let's be real. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., even Chadwick Boseman, new people ScarJo, Chris Hemsworth, they can do this in their sleep pretty much at this point. Yeah. Even Tom Holland, newcomer, can do this pretty much in his sleep. And I think what I love most about this film is how, like I said, you got that mix-up of personalities where they just constantly clash. You know what I'm saying? Peter Quill and Tony Stark, phenomenal. Captain America and Black Panther, kind of being on the same page, leading that military down there in that war in Wakanda, that was dope.
Rocket Raccoon,
and dude, him and Thor was hilarious. Yeah. Every time he called him Rabbit, dude, I was dying. It was amazing, and it was just so funny.
Drax was destroyer, man.
Drax was great.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
I love it.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny, man. People want to see the tree. Man, Drax is he's the comedic relief.
You know what? I accept him as a comedic relief because let's be real. Batista's a real deal. You main evented WrestleMania 21, bro. Main evented WrestleMania 21.
He had a way to take it back to wrestling.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, it's just Batista's the man. He's the animal. But of course, he did great in this film. And you know what? A lot of people will be mad that Batista will come off as the goof, especially after being so serious and Guardians 1. But he plays the role very well. He's very charismatic, and he's good in the role, but it's still well enough for you to believe that he's a serious threat. You know what I'm saying? So and he definitely taking the character in a whole different light. Which it's great, dude. I think it was really good. And it's just, I like how everything was just, it never really let up. I mean, you got small little moments of just, able to sit there, able to breathe. Everybody's kind of just getting back together, going, oh my God, what's happening? It's just Armageddon outside. Yeah. But then, right after you get that second to breathe, there's just another one and another one. The hits just kept coming, man.
Yeah, that's one thing. It wasn't short of action, so I do appreciate that. But maybe because there was so much action, it kind of lacked depth.
I mean, yeah, and people did kind of want more of a layered story.
Yeah.
I think that's where the filler was with Thanos. I think that's kind of the only story aspect you're kind of getting. But what I did respect about the Russo brothers, especially the writing staff on this film, is that they didn't spend so much time waiting for everybody else to catch up. They just started off the movie and said, we're here now. If you're not on this train now, too late. The train's already left the station. Yeah. You're just on for this big roller coaster ride until we get to the next stop, which is Endgame, which everybody is excited for.
Yes, so, a review will be coming soon for Endgame. I'm excited for it, and hopefully it's better than, Infinity War.
I see, and that's the thing. I can give a score of this film just as a regular film, sure. But I think with me knowing that it's a two-parter, with me knowing that this is a brief pause until this is happening, let that marinate, and then we're going on to the next one. I'm really excited to see Endgame and see how that is. To kind of really combine the two, because this is a two-part story. So, but if I had to rank it. Just as a single film alone, I'd probably give... let's get your rating first.
Honestly, I can't rate it until I see Endgame.
Really?
Yes, since it's two-part, that's the only
okay.
I can't rate it until I see Endgame.
So we'll probably do that when we do we'll probably do a review later on. What would you just rank the movie just based off what you saw? Just premise on what you saw.
Man, I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5.
3.5? That's not.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be harsh.
Okay,
3.5 out of that.
You can give it a 3 if you want.
Man, no, because like I said, I like it. I just was just back-to-back great movies, Marvel movies.
Right.
For me, and I know you think this movie is better than a lot of the movies I named.
I think I'm gonna give it I give it a 4 out of 5. Because it's to me. You're starting to get that conclusion and that end piece with all these characters.
Yeah.
Everything that we started from Iron Man all the way to what was before it? Thor Ragnarok, I believe. That the last one before it? Or it could be.
No, or was it Black Panther?
No. It ended on Ragnarok, and then right after that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did.
So I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Say what you gotta say. But yeah, just everything just from those films just gradually on. I think it was a nice conclusion. I think a lot of people's ideas, thoughts, and and true feelings finally came to fruition. I think everything that happened in Civil War, just kind of just turned all those events on a dime. Yeah. So it's just been a lot that's been happening, and everybody's finally catching up at this big family reunion, technically. And just trying to fix this and work together as best we possibly can with damage still being done and kind of getting caught in clutter and chaos. And so, it was a great story. And the fact that it really showed so much grit, so much emotion, and just desperation for survival. I also wanted to mention this earlier. Black Widow and... no, sorry, not Black Widow. Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
The fact that you had the two most powerful characters in the Avengers literally scratching and clawing for survival. That just showed you how serious it was right there.
They kind of make them soft though, man. They don't give
They kind of did.
Yeah, they kind of make them soft.
But it lets you show how serious it was. Same thing with Hulk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the Hulk is again one of the strongest there is. And
in comics though, he couldn't even destroy Hulk though. He beat him, but he didn't destroy him. He had to literally chain him up. So he would stop fighting because he just got so tired of the back and forth with Hulk. So for him to do that to him in this movie, being a comic book fan, you see where I'm kind of a little hurt, Hulk was it was going on forever. In the comics, read the comics for real. Hulk is gray, he's balding, and they just keep on going back and forth, and he just finally has to just chain him up. Of course Hulk gets loose, but yeah, they bitch that Hulk.
But that's not the story in the MCU. And again, we don't know what's going to happen in Endgame.
Yeah, we don't.
That might happen in Endgame.
That's why I didn't want to give this movie a rating.
You know what I'm saying? That might happen in Endgame. So, these are our thoughts on, pretty much the MCU, at least, Infinity War and everything that's kind of happened so far. But let us know your thoughts, your ideas, and let us know in the comment section. Also, click that bell icon, too. click the bell so you can get notifications from, when we're getting new videos and what's popping up. Kyle, you got anything else you want to add?
Follow us on social media. It's Bros Perspective underscore perspective at twitter.com. I gotta look to Kenny for this. And then brothers underscore perspective. Underscore perspective on Instagram. And then Brothers Perspective on Facebook. And then Kenny got some.
Yeah, and of course you can follow me at KenDogDMFT on Twitter and Instagram. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining us again. And until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.